What's going on, guys? It's Greg Dies, and today I'm going to be giving you some tips on starting your own business, specifically starting your own stringing business. This is a question I get a lot in my direct messages at ECD Greg on Instagram. People always asking, do you have any tips for starting my own stringing business, or I'm starting a stringing business. What can you tell me to help me make it more successful? And a lot of people don't realize that ECD started as a stringing business. It was basically a stringing and dyeing service that I started out of my bedroom right out of college. And so before there was any mesh heads or shafts, it was just a service business. And so a lot of the way you guys are starting is exactly the way that I started now 10 years ago. And so I've got a couple tips that'll hopefully help you out as you start your own business, which I encourage you to do. Number one is be professional. This seems obvious. It seems like something that would make sense to a lot of people, but I get so many requests, ideas to my email, to my direct message inbox that have really poor grammar, don't have proper punctuation, just aren't sent in a professional way. So if you want to approach a company with an idea, you need to make sure you represent yourself as a professional company. You always want to make it seem like you have a bigger company and a more established company than you do. And when you send a direct message or an email that has improper grammar or no punctuation, it's just going to send the wrong message to a company. So that's the smallest and easiest thing you can do, is make sure everything is done as professionally as possible. Number two is a tip I give to almost every single person that asks me, and that is focus on dominating your local market first. A lot of people get all pumped up about starting an Instagram page, starting a website, starting a YouTube channel, but really the easiest thing you can do, and the way that I did it initially, was to dominate your local market. That means you try and get all your friends, all your teammates, and string their sticks first. And if you do a good job, that will slowly branch out. Those guys play on other teams or have other friends. Someone will ask where they got their pockets strung, and they'll send them back to you. So it's really easy to get a consistent set of business of 30, 40, 50 guys if you just focus on your team and a couple of your friends' teams, and that word will spread in your local market. I mean, theoretically, a local market only needs a handful of stringers that are really good, who are going to take care of most of the guys' sticks on the team. And if you do a good job, those same people are going to come back and also tell other people. So if you're young, you can get a really consistent year-over-year business of a set local group, and that's a great way to start. And next up, which piggybacks on that concept, is do a great job. This sounds obvious. It's something that shouldn't have to be said, but a lot of our philosophy here is a focus on the products. You can spend all the time and money you want on marketing or starting an Instagram page, but if the product isn't really great, people aren't going to come back as repeat customers. And the only way anyone's ever going to go recommend your product to someone else, or feel like they have to tell someone else that they should go use it, if it's really, really good. So if you do a great job, you're going to get word of mouth marketing, and word of mouth marketing is invaluable. It's very difficult to purchase. It's very hard to generate. The only way you can do it is just by making a great product, standing behind it, having great customer service. And so if you deliver what we call here a wow experience, if you do such a good job that people are so impressed they'll tell other people, that's going to go do your marketing for you and bring in more people whose sticks you can string or dye. So the last one is, obviously, I do think you should start a social media page. It's really important. It's how we started. It's important to realize, though, that social media for lacrosse and stringing and dyeing pages is really crowded these days. So one thing you want to focus on is having really clean photos. You guys are lucky because phones take better photos than I could have imagined when I was starting in 2011. But you want to make sure the photos are well taken on a clean background, not just like, and obviously I didn't do any of this starting out. I had really bad looking photos initially, but then I realized if I went outside my backyard and took them in front of grass, it kind of looked like a lacrosse field. It was green on most of the time white heads. So you want a clean photo background. You can use portrait mode on your phone now, which is a great feature. So definitely start a social media. Realize that it's not just going to blow up overnight because the space is very crowded, but focus on the quality of your stringing and also just having really clean, good looking photos to show off your product. All right, guys, so let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them, give you guys more tips, make more of these videos if you want. Leave topics down below if you have anything you're interested in. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day.